Only about the $100 bills. 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 No dead presidents to represent me. Only Benjamin Franklin's is all of them chasing. Need them in my arrangement by any means necessary. Cause dealing with them watch to me like hell is scary. It never varies when you're scratching for $1. I just need a couple sip of too much weight up on my collar. I just need a little honor, but it ain't no saving me. Cologne, we penny pinch and remain in slavery. The licking game alone gave nigga more freedom. Try to make her independent, try to make her not need them. But we still working for scraps, still shooting these craps. Still on the bottom like the south side of the map. That's why we move to the trap and start pushing the crack. Cause results don't show unless you start a little action. Then came Jackson in the clutch like Paxson. Making bigger money, gave niggas some more passion. I boasting the bragging, I'm just paying the bill. But the green on fingertip gave a nigga a thrill. To clench his fist and start a movement just like Harry Newton had declined his money ladder just to not be a nuisance. Thought we found a solution, but it was more like pollution. Even though we had the grants filled, felt like we losing. We had a double up, triple up with bigger buzz. Get them digits up till them commas ran them up. But now the president's gon' represent me. I need them blue face hunters, that's the recipe. I need indeed so I can plant the seed. This is where it starts. The phoenix shall rise forever, and I put that part on God. Only about the $100 bills. Yeah. Only about the $100 bills. Yeah. Only about the $100 bills.
You're not my man. You're not my man. You're a genius.
I can hear you.
Yeah, there we go. All right, man. So I'm going to start it off by introducing myself. I'm John D. Contradiction. I am the president, I guess if you would say it like that. We got my man with the glasses is Walko, and my man in the dark looking shifty is Frank. Looking shifty as fuck.
Looks like a bookie.
He is.
Facts. But introduce yourselves, guys. Introduce yourselves.
All right. Well, I'm go by Jarl. Been doing this music thing for about 10 years now, since 2010.
Okay.
So this type of a cinematic rapper try to get a certain type of. I try to pick a certain persona and put myself in those shoes and try to make skits around that persona. So that's the type of rapper I am.
Like a method rapper.
Yeah,
so, I get what you're saying. I feel you.
Yeah. So that's pretty much me. And
Okay. I didn't think that's how. I was just being like an ignorant American pronounce. I was like Jarl far, like I was saying.
Yeah.
So now I got it. So all right.
Yeah. People say Jarl all the time. I just like look. It is what it is.
Yeah.
This is how Hooked on Phonics taught us, bro. Our language is fucked up, man. We just
Never played Skyrim, bro.
I was thinking Vikings.
I was not thinking Vikings. I was just fucking aggressively pronouncing J's. Shit like that. But all right, that's okay, man. We're out here. But you sir over there, other men with glasses. I see you with the hat collection.
Sir.
Introduce
Yes,
yourself.
sir. Oh yeah.
My four-sided brethren.
Yes, sir. I go by J-Way. You can call me Jay for short if need be. I've been producing for probably just over 2 years now.
Nice.
Hasn't been long. So I'm just getting the grip of things still. I'm always learning every day, but so far, it's great. I love producing. It's
a good time.
I do it when I'm bored. I do it when I'm inspired. I do it at any time of the day. So, I love it. So
okay. I'm not mad at that. I feel you on that. I'm actually, I've been an MC for a minute. I actually took on producing probably, I would say probably like almost 2 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago. And it's a good fucking time. I got me a MPCX and that shit's the best thing I've ever invested in. It's fantastic, and it's just getting better, man. I'm just having a good time with it. Yeah, it's a good time. You gotta step up your craft. Like I do the music shit because it's just very fun for me. So fuck it, you know what I'm saying? But I'm like, every now and then a little money don't hurt. But
Yeah.
But so question. So you produced, you produced both of his projects.
So I produced one. It's just the J-Way project that y'all reviewed.
So okay.
That is the only thing that I have put out in full. That's like the only thing I've got on my credibility. So
hey, I personally,
Ooh.
I enjoyed
And you-
enjoyed the production a lot on that one. It was very
Appreciate
smooth
it,
for me.
dude.
So
Very
when I
strong.
put that in my review, it was very. It was
You got
solid.
you got a check from some of the meanest reviewers out here on your first project.
Hey, it's only up from here, dude. It's
Yeah,
only
bro.
up from here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm very hit or miss with my review. It depends on my mood for the day. Like if I stub my toe in the morning before work and I do a couple
Somebody's
had the
reviews,
whole day.
it's
You
red
had the whole
checks
day.
all day. Like it's red checks all day.
Appreciate that. Real.
Okay, no, but that's
Yeah.
solid, dude. That's right. That's a dope thing to have under your belt. So how'd you guys link up?
We used to work together, and I was in the process of dropping my album titled Vanity.
Mhm.
I would have had y'all review that, but I didn't know about y'all at the time. I didn't really know about y'all until after I dropped CDXX.
Mhm.
But it was a project right before CDXX. It's called Vanity, and I had this listening party and had all my coworkers come, and he was one of them. He was listening. He's like, bro, your music dope. Your music dope. And he was talking about at the time getting into producing, but he wasn't producing yet. So he finally found a way to make a beat. And the first beat that the first beat you ever made.
That's the first beat I ever
he
put out.
made was that Happy Birthday Y'all beat.
Okay.
So,
The bonus
yeah.
the bonus track.
The bonus,
Yeah,
the bonus.
literally that's the first song that's the first beat he ever made, and I rapped on that beat, and I released it on my birthday and right after CDXX drop.
Mhm.
And it's been out for about a year before the project even before
Okay.
we even started on the project. So
Oh, okay. So it was just like, all right, I see what you can do, and then you took it from
yeah.
there. Okay,
Yeah,
hey,
but
man, that's how it
we
be
always had a
sometimes.
close relationship though before we even started working together. So
I mean, honestly, it works better that way because, like,
yeah,
I've been in the game for a minute and I've dealt with a bunch of fucking hacks and a bunch of people who are just ridiculous. It's good to organically link up with people and then all of a sudden, you know, you get that good sound too. Like, because it worked. Like on this, I would have never known this was his first project, and I would have honestly never thought. Like, I thought he probably worked with you before because you know. Just in general, I was like, all right, I could see it was very smooth. It worked, like it worked out. So I'm not mad at it.
Yep.
Okay, but I'm all right. I'm not mad at that at all, man. I'm not mad at that at all. So let's talk about this name, though. How'd you get this name, man? What's going on with this name that I've been pronouncing incorrectly?
Jarl.
Since I've seen it?
Jarl.
Jarl.
Okay, so look. All right, so I'm gonna take you back.
Let's
high
hear
school,
it.
bro.
Yeah, we trying to
All
hear it.
right, so if you any nerds out there, heard of the game called Skyrim?
Yeah,
Yes,
that's what I was
of course.
saying.
Yeah, that's what you
Remember?
mentioned
That's all
earlier,
I knew
yeah.
how to say it.
Yep, Skyrim. There are people in that game of like what high status, I should say. They're called
They're like the
Jarl.
community leaders or something.
Yeah, pretty much.
mayors or
The
shit.
the runners of the strongholds. So they pretty much just type of people where they have to make certain decisions to keep the people in check and happy and do what they feel is best for their particular hold, you know. And so that I took that name on for my basically trying to put my city on my back because I'm originally from Montgomery, Alabama. You know what I'm saying? So and it's like it's not really a lot of things popping down there in Montgomery, Alabama. So I'm trying to bring some light to it if I can. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to be that forefront, that Jarl that holds the fort down. You know what I'm saying? So,
Okay.
but the Jarl part, that's what the Jarl part came from. Far is just my old name, basically FAR, which stands for Fear Acknowledge My Reign. And I just felt like that was just too complicated, so I just condensed it down to Far, and I just said Jarl Far. So.
Okay, I'm not mad at it. Okay, solid. See, when I saw the name first off, like you know, now that I know it's about Skyrim, now I'm just like, all right, I'm kind of happy you're not rapping about dragons and shit like that. So we're gonna keep talking.
Maybe that could be a good thing.
I don't know, man. I've heard some I've heard some
You ain't
Dragon.
tried it yet.
Honestly,
Never
I
know.
would
Try it
say
yet.
made a couple references, but I never had a whole full project about it yet. So
Yeah,
That's
know,
next.
I mean that'd be a hell of a concept
I
piece.
might take
Yeah.
that. I might take that over what's on the radio right now, though. I won't lie. I might.
salute to that. I
Yeah.
can't be mad at that.
Potion raps over lean raps. I'm here for it. Yeah, you know what's crazy? Speaking of Skyrim, so just a weird side note because that's what we do here. I avoided that game for a hot minute. I was a huge Oblivion fan, huge Morrowind fan, and I was just dodging it. Like when it first came out, I got it and I just never played it. And then I got it on like every console, but I just not recently, a few months ago, finally finished it because it came out for the PlayStation VR. So I played it on VR.
Yeah, the VR is sick.
It's a
VR is
good
sick, bro.
fucking time, man.
Oh
You
my
got dragons flying over your head.
Oh
and shit.
yeah, and I play. I go full on. I got like the headset and everything. I'm like looking around. I'm like breaking my neck in the living room, looking crazy, looking fucking crazy. But it's a good time, man. I did
bro.
enjoy it. I probably put like 90 plus hours into it, and like that's a lot in VR.
Me
Like
too.
in
Me
VR, it hurts. You know, you play for more than like 5-6 hours, you're gonna get sick.
Oh yeah.
But hey, man, it's solid, man. They know what they're doing. They can put out as many broken games as they want. They'll be masterpieces, so it doesn't even
Yes,
fucking
bro.
matter. Doesn't even fucking
For
matter.
real.
But so as far as this, I know we reviewed this like a hot minute ago, but just to ask about this J-Wave project though, outside of our review and stuff like that, how's the reception been?
On my side, it's been pretty good. People see. I kind of dumbed myself down for this project, to be honest with you, because I just wanted to have fun with it. Because like right before I made this project, I was like kind of like depressed a little bit. So I was like, man, I don't want to make no depressing music. So I just like, that's why when he was playing me those beats, bro, like it gave me more life, you know. And so I was just like, let's just have fun with this, you know. So pretty much people enjoyed pretty much every song. Nobody said there was bad songs or anything. They a lot of people. There's a lot of people that wasn't from my neck of the woods that didn't care for Gravy Train, but I kind of figured that because I made that for that particular area. But I mean, for the most part, people enjoyed it very much.
Okay. Yeah, I rocked with it too. And then Gravy Train, was the only track, like was one of the tracks. So I was like, all right, it's okay. But I was like, I acknowledge it wasn't necessarily like for me. I'm from New York. If it don't sound like Wu-Tang,
I feel that.
No, but I get it though. You know, and it's dope. I didn't know you were from Alabama. I think we actually reviewed. Is Kappa Carter from Alabama?
Kappa Carter, yeah, he from I know him.
See him, And you know, and it's like, you know, we respect him because he's a hungry dude and all that, but we don't like his music. So it is what it is. It is what it is. He knows it. He knows it.
I can't comment on that.
That's all good. And I'm not even putting it there to get you there. But I'm just gonna say, as far as that, like, if anyone's coming at me like, oh, we're from Alabama, because he was telling us like that's like the sound out there. If anybody's like, yo, I'm from Alabama, and I expect Kappa Carter sound, I would be like, all right, I'm gonna be skeptical about giving it a chance.
Everybody don't sound.
I know. That's what I'm glad. I'm glad you saved us from that. He's gonna be so hyped about this. He's gonna be like, oh, they mentioned me again. I'm fucking upset about it. But anyways, go ahead.
The thing is though, like me personally, I didn't start listening to music until I was like, because like I was, like when it came to music, I only heard what was on the radio, and I didn't really like start branching out to like hearing different varieties of music until I was like 14, 15. Okay, and that's when I started listening to like whole discographies, because I was listening to music like in discographies, like I was listening to Jay's discography, Nas. I listened to Erykah Badu, like everybody.
My favorite, my wife.
Just got done listening to Prince whole discography.
Yo, it's wild. It's fucking wild. It sounds like crazy. An era. It sounds like a whole era.
He has so many different sounds and ways he plays his guitar. It's just crazy. Like it's crazy. But yeah, that's the thing with me. Like, so when I was like actually started branching out the music, that's when I actually started writing, because like I'm hearing all these different type of words and word patterns and ways to rap on the beat. It's like it intrigued my mind, so that's when I started writing for real. So
that's a good way to do it, man. That's I mean, the fun of that is there's a lot of people that like you can tell only listen to one type of music. You know what I'm saying? So they're stuck in that box. You know what I'm saying? They're like eternally stuck in that box, and it's like it's crazy because like the even small things like for example, like I'm gonna bring up a lot of me because like I'm an artist too. So like a lot of things that I learned. Like I grew up listening to a lot of like thrash and a lot of hardcore, like a lot of punk. And what always gravitated towards me listening to a lot of like old school punk and like 90s hardcore was they would get the most powerful or like large messages across with the very like with the simple lines, and they would even repeat. It'd be like songs could be like 30 seconds, 40 seconds, but it'd be like 2 sentences just on repeat, and that shit could hit hard. Like some stuff still hit till this day. And I always was like, all right. And like sometimes some artists didn't even curse, you know what I'm saying? So I always took like into account, like I barely curse when I write, but I also try to hit like as hard as I can with the most like recognizable words, like the most simple words. Like sometimes it's fun to get a little wordy, but you know, we're all not like Aesop Rock, like where he just fucking hits you with a fucking thesaurus. And it's hard, you know, to go back. But if it's something simple like artists like Lupe will say some simple shit and it'll blow your mind 10 times over.
Mind, bro.
Yeah, you know, that's the type of shit that I like. Because that to me is, it's relatable, it's easy, it's catchy, and it could like, if you want to dive into it, you can.
What Johnny's trying to say is he's trying to get his Will Smith on.
Wipe your shoes off before you come in the house. Now, hey, Will Smith is the truth. People hate, but hey, he went platinum.
Yo, he can spit.
He went platinum, and he can rap.
He can.
Yeah, he can
rap. He can rap.
Will Smith can rap. People don't like to give him credit because they don't. That's not what they want to hear.
Yeah.
So
That's because he's got that dad swag.
You know what? He cursed recently. We can't even just say Will Smith. If I have to say, it's gonna be Chameleonaire.
It's true.
I mean,
Recently,
he passed it to Jaden too. He passed it to Jaden. Jaden's killing it.
Jaden's nice. He just has his moments where he gets too weird.
He makes
like
weird shit sometimes.
Yeah, and
I mean, he's just like Tyler, I guess. But
yeah, I don't like the Tyler Jaden. I like when Jaden was like following Childish Gambino. That was the good Jaden.
After that.
Yeah, now it's too much effects and all that shit. Like effects, you don't always need, especially when you got a cool voice. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't fucking ruin it. You don't need effects.
I agree with that.
Yeah, use that cool. If you don't have a cool voice, then okay, use some effects. But like, if you got a cool voice, go for it. You know, not everybody's gonna have it, or find one. You know, some artists I hear them and I'm like, fuck. Like J. Cole's voice forever. I'm like, he talks like that. Fuck. Like his voice is
just how
cool.
he sounds.
Yeah, it's just a cool voice.
You don't have to do nothing.
Flowing, bro.
That's the professor.
Just talk on a track, and it's like, damn, that shit sounded solid. It's a hit.
And
like,
then even when he's not rapping, he's just speaking, bro.
Yeah.
Like he just he give you so much life.
Yeah, that shit is
That's
so
what
cool.
I'm trying to be.
That's just hard, yo. And people forget that too. Like people, like a lot of people think, like, you know us. We do a bunch of fucking reviews. We put out like fucking 10 to 15 reviews a week for the last few years. We were putting out more at one point. And it's like we hear so much, and it's like people always want to call us haters and this and that, but it's like, yo, what we're trying to stress is like, to make good music is not just as simple as I'm going to rap.
Yeah.
That's not it.
And also making it more complicated does not make it better.
Say it again. I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
I'm saying making it more complicated does not make it better.
Facts. There's a perfect line to make good music. That's the same thing with getting hits and stuff. It's a perfect balance. And it's hard to find. You know what I'm saying? It's not easy to do.
There's a little luck in there too.
Fact. And a lot of money in there. But still, like, it's crazy.
Sure.
Yo. People out here like just think, oh, I'm just gonna fucking throw words together and that's rap. And it's like, nah, bro. Like, nah, like sometimes you gotta have a voice, you gotta have delivery, you gotta learn flow, you gotta learn the math of this shit. Like this shit is not just simple.
You're preaching to the choir, bro. Because I say the same thing. Because I tell them, I say you need balance, bro. Like you're not gonna get nowhere if you don't have balance.
Yep.
That's I was always taught that. My homeboy Fizzo literally taught me how to rap. To be honest with you, he was like, you need balance. You gotta have the flow, the delivery, the lyric, the beat, like everything got to flow together for it to be right.
Mesh.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. It's like it's tough, and people think it's just like that. Like it's like you could rhyme a billion fucking words, like, but if it's not on beat, if it's not in a pocket or some shit, like it's not good. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so we deal with waves of like certain things. Some artists are closer than others with like having a certain amount of comfort to a track and not. But like we listen to so much of it that we can hear it. Like I can immediately tell if someone is just not comfortable the way they like, you know, rapping. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, all right, this person, I can hear him reading off his phone. Like I can do this and that. And it's because it's like, yo, there's a lot that goes into it. You know what I'm saying? That shit is tough. Like I get it. But that's dope that you got 2 solid bodies. You gotta send us that other one that you said you put out, because it's one to put out like a decent, like a cohesive body of work is not easy.
No, it's not. It's not.
It stresses you out. You listen to it a billion fucking times. You start to
Yeah,
hate
and it's
it.
like sometimes you doubt yourself. Like,
Oh yeah.
So
Oh yeah. But yeah, man. So what's so this one we did, this was like fucking last year. So what have you been doing since?
I'm working on the mixtape and the album. I'm doing this. I'm gonna do a mixtape on that's inspired by the anime Samurai Shampoo.
Yeah.
Hey.
I'm calling it Samurai Larage, which is Jarl backwards.
Nice.
So
I would have never figured that out.
yeah, people are always like, what does Larage mean? I was like, Jarl backwards. They were like, oh. So,
Now you want to pronounce the J. Now you want to pronounce it. It should be Larai.
I'm
Larai.
working on that right now. I almost got it finished, but it's still in the works. I dropped a single called 50 Dumplings. Was it Friday? Yeah, it was Friday.
Oh,
I dropped
nice.
it Friday.
To keep that.
On,
Yeah, we definitely
it's,
got to check that out.
Are you doing the
I'll
production on
send
this
it
next
to you
one?
guys. But
I'm not.
It's still in the works right now. I just want to give people a sample of what the project gonna be like. So it's still in the works. It still ain't really.
I'm on board already. I've been in an anime hole the last 2 months. I'm super on board, so I'm okay with that.
Okay, bet.
Yeah,
Bet,
I've been
bet.
aggressively. I just saw the fucking My Hero movie today. It was fantastic. Like I'm
Oh,
having a good
yeah.
It's in theaters.
I
bro.
didn't see that yet.
I
Oh,
saw it
shit.
in 4D. I had a good time.
Oh shit.
I had a
Oh,
good
this- oh,
fucking
man.
time.
I gotta call my brother after this.
It's so good. Yo, go see that shit. It is
Oh,
fantastic.
shit.
It's fantastic. But Jay, how about you? How about you, Jay? What you working on?
All I'm doing right now is I'm working a repertoire, man. I got loads and loads and loads of stuff that I got to release. You know, I'm making some beat packs. I got some ideas that I'm working with other artists with right now, and they're starting to come together. They're starting to form, and I just need to get myself out there more. I need to keep posting and posting and
Gotta
posting.
start networking, bro.
Hey,
Yes, sir.
Oh hell
Yeah.
yeah. Hey man, if you ever have like any like little snippets or some bullshit, you know, stuff that we could post in our story, man, feel free, man. We're open to that type of stuff. We always
I mean,
post
I've been posting recently on my Instagram page. It's just J-Way Production.
Mhm.
And I've been posting a couple snippets that are probably gonna go on either some beat tapes or another album I'm working with on a guy. Actually, his friend Kato.
Mhm.
Oh
Working
yeah,
on an album.
yeah.
I'm working on something
Y'all
with him.
reviewed Kato before. Y'all trashed him.
I was just gonna say.
yeah, I'm about to say, that sounds a little familiar.
Sounds familiar.
Okay.
Yeah, that's me. Yeah,
All right.
I put a couple on there in the last couple weeks, but I'm gonna keep posting. But
Yeah,
yeah,
right
right
now.
now-
Way. We got a nice network of a bunch of kids that are either stink up your tracks or maybe do okay by them. But I mean, we'll send you. We'll help, man.
Get it out.
We're all for the
Hey.
underground.
yeah, but that's all I'm doing, man. I'm just building my repertoire. I'm making, I don't know, like 2-3 beats a day, just trying to get ideas down and
That's good.
whatever I can gather.
I feel that. That's me on this fucking MPCX. I try to do a beat and then like an actual song a day. So I'll do a beat and I'll actually write to something every day.
Get some drums and then, yeah.
It's a good time though. Okay, I respect that. I also see you over here collecting hats. We gotta send him.
Bro, I
hat.
can't
Right.
stop.
I
can't
was
stop.
You got,
Somebody
we
got some help.
You got to see our hat. Let's
I'm
see
out
what,
of money.
He's
I'm
a
out of
hat
money.
guy. Let's see what he thinks of our hat. First, show him the
So-
the front. All right,
Oh, that's
Okay.
dope.
boom.
That's
What you think
dope.
of the back, man?
Hey, what, bro? That
What?
is dope.
What you think? Huh? You like the
bro.
design, right? It's
What?
nice, right? Yeah, it's
Yo,
all right.
I will buy one of those and perform it and show.
Hey,
and show
hit
bro.
me up. Hey, hit me up, man. I give you the
I
much
discount.
are they?
I send
How
it
much are
to
they?
you.
When we get off this, I got
Dude,
you, bro.
I was selling them for 30, but I'll do 20 a pop. If y'all want hats, man, I get y'all, man. Y'all get the
Bet,
NYM
bet.
Okay.
discount, and I'll cover
Okay.
shipping and stuff, man. I send it to y'all. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Alright,
and they're
bet,
fresh.
bet,
Yeah,
bet.
they came out nice, man. You could get your own laces on there. I actually found Amazon got these. They're called like stringless laces, but they're like easy. Like there's certain sizes you could put them shits in there, and they're like stretchy almost. But them shits look good on it too, bro. I was like, there's a couple of things.
Damn,
I can't.
that's
I got
dope.
I got these. My locks is a little long and stuff, so hats don't really work too well. But they fit. Like I could still get it on my head. I know you could still get it on your head.
You
know
wear
what
it
I'm
high.
Yeah.
You wear it high.
saying? yeah, like because it gives you that space. You know, you loosen the laces on the back.
When you gonna start wearing hats like Sway?
So, I'm still in Scully mode because I don't got hair on the side, just the top. So I'm still in Scully
Yeah.
mode. So I could, I still rock the 90 man Scully.
Yeah, that's me too. I got the size cut. I just got the top. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember that stage, man. I remember that stage. But outside of that though, no, that's dope though. It's dope to see y'all both getting y'all work on, man. I'm definitely super excited for fucking anime project. Like again,
Oh, yeah.
I'm in an anime hole. Especially Samurai Champloo was fire, so I'm like,
It's classic,
Super
bro.
fire,
classic.
bro.
Yeah,
Like,
it's a
people
classic.
sleep on that, bro.
Yeah, people are
Classic.
bugging. Honestly, it came out when there was so much fire. You know what I'm saying? It came out
Yeah,
at like
that
the
is
pinnacle.
true.
That
of
was out like
anime.
at the same time as Cowboy Bebop, wasn't it?
Yo, Cowboy Bebop. Was,
Yeah,
it was like
actually,
No, Cowboy Bebop's
the
older,
voice
isn't
actor
it?
for Mugen was the voice actor for Cowboy Bebop too.
yeah.
Oh shit.
Oh, that was a fucking era, man. That was dude.
Yeah.
That was all the good stuff.
I'm-
I've been in like watching a bunch, like catching up with the new stuff, but every now and then I'll dip into the old stuff. I actually watched something that reminded me of Cowboy Bebop in a small way, just the aesthetic and sound and almost the art. But I watched that Megalobox and I was like, this is heat. This is fucking heat.
Oh.
But but anyways, back to that type of music. So after this project, so you haven't put anything out since. You're just been working on that.
Since J-Way, no, I haven't put out anything yet.
Okay, and you said you just
been-
dropped that single Friday, right?
Yeah, I just dropped that single, and I collab with a couple people, and then that's about it. And
Hey, it's a good way to cross-promote.
I did drop 2 videos though. I dropped the Gravy Train video, and I dropped the Fountain video.
That's a wild name for us.
Yeah, so
Okay, that's good though, man. Dude, the collab
Yeah.
game is definitely much needed, especially if you're collabing with people like within the same level. It's a good way to promote.
for
It's
sure.
a tricky game at times because like you don't
Yeah, it
want
is.
because like when you try to get like certain names, certain people try to rob you with money, blah blah blah. They don't even share. It's a lot of shit that goes into it. But,
Yeah, it's a lot. Yeah.
but I feel you. So outside of this, next project you got going, you got any goals for the year that you're trying to set up? Like any moves you're trying to make? Gotta have a plan.
To be honest with you, I want to try to perform as much as possible. That's the one thing I want to do. I want to perform in not just here, but different places.
Yeah.
Like I performed back in February, and for Coast to Coast. I placed top 5.
Nice.
And the top 5 people they get to go to Miami to perform. So I'm performing in Miami, and I'm gonna try to perform here right before I go to Miami. Just
practice
perform
run.
here. Yeah, practice.
Get that good
because
set going.
Never too much practice. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna perform when I perform in Miami. If I place top 5 again, I get to go back in Miami. And
When are you performing in Miami?
July 25th to be exact.
Nice.
So
July shit. Yo, Walco,
Yeah,
we gotta get a business trip, bro. You got.
I'm saying,
Yeah,
like,
he's
man,
in
shit,
Florida.
Me and
He
Barrett
might
might make a trip.
hey, we can
I'm
do
only
that, bro.
about
We
3-4
can link up.
hours away from Miami.
That's not bad.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, you got
Yeah,
the
we
mix.
can
You
link
got the mix of the crew today. We're all from different places.
Oh, that's dope. That's dope.
We used to have other people that were more involved, that were a little bit closer, but now we're all over the place. I mean,
Oh, that's cool.
We got one guy's from Alaska.
yo,
Right.
fact.
We try to get diversity
So
of
he
taste.
reviewed your first project, Homeboy from Alaska. He is wild.
He's
strange.
weird.
Yeah, he's wild strange.
Damn, they listening in
Bro,
Alaska.
Yeah, he
Like-
be smoking whale blubber and shit.
His review,
It's crazy.
His review made me feel like I was, cause when I read it, like he gave me a 7.2,
But his
Yeah.
review was
like,
bad.
Yeah, he does
like,
that.
Yeah, his review was. Yo, we were just. I brought it up. I was like, yo, look at his first review. It's wild. Like he gave him a 7
think
and gave you
we
good
roasted-
emojis, but he went.
Yeah,
I think we roasted Drake for it for like 10
Yeah.
minutes on the podcast.
Oh yeah,
originally.
we be fucking him up, but it's all right. That's that's how Alaska
funny.
gets down,
but
man.
like I saluted him though, cause like it seemed like he liked it, but he was just giving me.
He gave it a 7.
he was giving me criticism,
Yeah,
and I feel like I'm always I take in criticism like pretty well.
yeah.
'Cause I
If
try
it
to
makes
live and
sense,
learn,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, you can't take everybody's criticism to heart, but like, I'm just saying, like, I listen and I try to go about it like not a different way, but like
Just keep it in
try
mind.
new things. I'm not scared to experiment, you know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and honestly, that's how it is. Like what people forget is like when you experiment, like you're taking on new things. You know what I'm saying? And you only can get better if you practice. You know what I'm saying? You got to try it, like in order to put that
Yeah.
under your belt. So it's like it is what it is. Like fucking years ago, I always was like, yo, I want to sing on tracks, and everybody was like, don't do it. And I tried it once, it was trash. Tried it again, it was still trash. And then after a little bit, I'm starting to harmonize. I'm learning some shit. And I'm like, all right, it's not as bad.
sure,
You know what I'm
for sure,
saying? So
for
it's
sure.
like. But the first step, I had to take that first step. You know what I'm saying? But yeah,
Sure.
yeah, that review's still fucking wild. Thinking about that review, but he's a wild. He does that often though. He's like, when they have like the fucking 30 days of sunshine and no night type shit. He was probably
Yeah.
I think it does something to you.
Takes a toll.
Yeah, he was seeing shit like fucking.
Oh, that's funny.
Fucking penguins was talking to him and shit, but shit is wild. No, but man, that's crazy, bro. But I mean, it's good though, cause like honestly though, it's good too. Like I know you see how people come at us if they get red check. Like people fucking try to come at us, but it's like at the end of the day, we try to keep it very fair, but we also like and it's like fair down to a like. I was just like, if we're gonna do something, one listen, that's it. Everyone. I don't care if it's your favorite artist. I don't care if it's like, someone you absolutely, it's just one listen and we're going to review it exactly how it sounds to you at that moment. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Because then it weeds out things. Like a lot of people will listen to something a million times, then dub it like a masterpiece. And it's like, well, the first time you listen to it, the only reason you gave it a second listen is because there's a name. And that's a little unfair. You know what I'm saying? Because then what about like someone who puts out a project that you enjoyed more than this masterpiece on your first listen? So where does that stand? But I don't know that person, so it can't be this person's a nobody, so it can't be a fucking masterpiece. Like, that's trash. Like, if something's going to be a fucking masterpiece, I want it to be a masterpiece. The first fucking,
sure.
like, as soon as I hit play, I want to be like, oh, shit, this is special.
Oh, shit, this is different, yeah.
Yeah. Because then that's fair. Because we all know what that feels like. It's very rare, but we've all had that project that, like, maybe a homie was like, yo, check this shit out. I'm telling you, it's fire. And you put it on, you're like, oh, shit.
Oh, shit.
Not the album that you're like, oh, I guess everybody's listening to it. Let me listen to it again. Oh, let me try it again, Because it's rare when albums hit you with that masterpiece shit. I remember the first project that I was like 100% certain I was going to fucking hate it. Because... And you guys are gonna look like I'm fucking crazy, but hear the story. So when Kendrick came out, I know. Well, this is when what's the song? The fucking Pull Up, Drink, whatever. That was the single, the first single for it. So that single came out, and I was like, man, this song is boring as shit. And everybody was like, nah, listen. And I just first time I heard it, I was like, this is kind of a boring song. And they're like, no, listen to it. So people start saying, oh, this album's like, he's like the next Nas. And they were making all these crazy claims. I'm a diehard Nas. I was like, get the fuck out of here. Blah, 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 blah. So I was mad. And I just like didn't want to give it a chance. So then like a year after it dropped, one of my homeboys was like, he's bumping it. And I heard that backseat freestyle. And I was like, damn, this is hot. And he's like, oh, it's Kendrick shit. I was like, no way. So I was like, all right, let me go home. Let me listen to this and bump it. And front to back, I was like, oh, I fucked up. This is high key a masterpiece.
Yeah. You're like, shit.
Yeah.
And then I heard that song, the single, in the way it was supposed to be heard. I heard it in reference to the story of the project and how I got to that. And I was like, oh, and I heard the skits that kicked into it. And I was like, oh, and I love the fucking song.
Good Kid, Mad City.
Yo, yeah, and it was, dude, and that's a masterpiece. Like, that first full listen, I was like, oh, shit. It gave me a whole found respect for it. I was like, yo, I didn't know he put this out. But, like, hearing that first single, I was like, what the fuck? Because, like, if you got to think about that time, like, what the fuck? Like, nothing sounded like that on the radio. It was just weird. It was a really slow song. That happened to me.
It's crazy you say that because I started listening to Kendrick back in 2000. I think it was 2010. I heard him by mistake because he had did a freestyle on 3P. Because I was looking up 3P by Lil Wayne, but for some reason I clicked on Kendrick Lamar, and so I was like, "Who is this dude? He trying to sound like Lil Wayne." I clicked it off, and then like a few months later, I heard Michael Jordan. And I was like, "Wait, who is this dude?" And so. I listened to him. I was like, wait, that's the same dude. So I put two and two together. Yeah. Then I started bumping that OD project, and then I was trying to put people on that swimming pool song. Everybody said they hate it. It was trash. So like, and then they heard it with the album, and it was like, oh, it's so good.
It makes sense.
And so I think it's the extended version on the album that makes that brings
gives a little more context.
And it's honestly it's the pacing too, like the build up that gets you to that point. When you understand why it gets to that point, it makes
hits
sense.
a little different.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's like if you you watching a movie and someone just jumps to a scene when it's like some weird emotional scene. You're like, what the fuck am I watching, bro? Like, but if you watch
Bitch,
the
don't kill
beginning,
my vibes.
yeah, you watch from the
Don't
beginning
kill
to
my
that, and
vibe.
you're like, oh, you know who's another person who I was like that with, and I was like, man, I ain't listening to this bullshit. It's boring. I heard Cuddy, I heard Day and Night, the original version on the radio.
Yeah.
Oh,
And I was like,
What?
man, and I'm like,
That hurt my heart.
and I was like, man, what is this sad stoner bullshit?
Yeah.
And then,
Hey,
and then I heard the
what?
mixtape, and I'm like,
What's all
oh, this
this
is
humming?
fire, bro.
Yeah, bro. It's funny you say that, bro, because like you reviewed J-Way, right?
Yeah, I did.
And you had said in the review, it was like this dude
Oh, yeah.
has a cunning. This dude is influenced by
I
Cuddy,
said this
cannot
dude's-
tell me anything. When I saw that, I died laughing, bro. I was like, bro,
I was dead ass. Yo, hold on. I was like, yo, he high key
Cuddy's
loves
one of my
Kid Cudi and
favorite
cannot
artists,
tell
bro.
me otherwise.
cannot
Yeah.
tell me otherwise.
that was funny.
Fact. I was like, yeah, and I get it too. Like, cause even then I was like, man, who the fuck is this guy? And then I listened, and I was like, this is fucking crazy. This is a game changer. And I was like, I was a huge
Yeah.
fan, and I still can see the influence he has on a lot of music. So I was just like, yo,
Yeah.
that first single didn't hit me, but then I heard, I will admit,
No,
the
no, no,
original
no.
Day and Night, like the regular one, is not as good as the Nightmare version. That's you know,
Nightmare version.
Yeah.
that's what I'm
See.
saying, and that's what I was like, yo,
Agree.
yeah, I fuck with this, man. And then, like, sure enough, I've seen Cuddy a billion times live. I like followed a tour of his once. I was like, shit. But hey, you
He's
learn.
an amazing performer.
Yo, he's dope live. The best
And
time
dope
I've
out
ever
of Cleveland.
seen. I don't. Yeah, facts. I didn't like. Who knew that was like? But what's crazy is he talks about how like no one was really fucking with his sound. And I was like, I get it. You know what I'm saying? Because like during the time, like that wasn't what people.
It was
were
so
putting out.
different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And hey, you got to respect those risks, man. You got to respect those fucking risks because, like, that's a crazy, especially, like, this is back when, like, that singy rap shit was not acceptable.
No.
It was
You
not,
know
Not
what I'm
everybody's
saying?
doing
nobody fucking with. Yeah, now everybody doing it. Yep.
Now,
Exactly.
everyone's doing it. Now it's so watered down. It's so garbage now. Like, all the fucking weird effects and shit like that. But,
it. So trap.
yeah, man. It's wild, man. Music takes its turns. I mean, but what's funny is a lot of it just, they beat you to death with it now. Nowadays, you're just
Yeah.
getting beat to death with it. You know what I'm saying? Shit is wild,
Yeah,
man.
as soon as I hear that first like screechy, yeah, I'm like,
I'm not here for it.
right.
No, that song's
Well,
alright.
the thing I can say about that, I think when it comes to the new wave, I think the South influenced the new wave.
Oh yeah.
To be honest with you,
Oh, 100%.
Oh, yeah.
and I'm saying this because I'm a Southerner myself. I like used to live, breathe trap music at one point, and then I actually branched out and like found my own wave of music. But like growing up, like that's pretty much it. Like that's this new wave is influenced by all
yeah.
the trap rappers and all the mumble rappers that was back then. So,
Yeah. See,
like,
and that's
you know.
like what's crazy is like I was never like the biggest trap fan, but I always liked like the kingpins of it type thing. Like I was a huge
Yeah.
fan of like the Gucci Man tapes and shit like that.
Gucci Man,
Yeah.
Jeezy,
Yeah,
T.I.
yeah. I was like
Jeezy.
huge Jeezy fan, Ti fan, and all that stuff. Like, and I'm like a huge Thugger fan. Like I fuck with Thugger too. And then it's just, but it's like all the like the people who do like a quarter of what they do. You know what I'm saying? Like the people who
Yeah, I
don't
feel that.
reach that, like, because those dudes are actually dope artists. You know what I'm saying? Like you can like, you know, Gucci Man style or not, but you're not gonna tell me he's off key or off beat or he's not sliding on any beat he's on. No, and he's rapping. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not gonna tell me he's not. But a lot of these cats don't have that foundation. You know what I'm saying? And they're just making music. They're just like stupid ass kids, just like, yo, I'm gonna just
Putting it
They're
out, putting it
they're
out,
chasing
bro.
the
Push it,
bag.
push it.
yeah. And
Yeah,
it's,
chasing the bag.
and it's annoying because like we're getting beat to death with these cats. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's not fun. It takes the fun out of music because it's like,
Hey, like you said though, it'll come in waves. We'll get that back, and then it's just a cycle. We'll get beat to death by it again, and then
yeah,
somebody's gonna come out with some new shit that's gonna change everything. And
yeah.
And
then-
everybody
yeah,
will
then-
copy that.
yep, it's
yeah.
just a cycle.
It's weird now though, man. I feel like a lot of like these big fucking companies, they have like more of a grasp on the music because there was a point where it was like we were getting, you know, one revolutionary almost like artist every couple years. But now it seems like every couple of years when we're supposed to be getting that, we just get like something put out by like those same revolutionary artists who did it before. So it's like every few years, once we're just completely murdered by this awful stuff, or every summer we're gonna get a Drake project, we might get a Jay project, you know, we might get a Meek project, you know what I'm saying? And it's like that's more of what they're feeding us now. It's like it's very rare, and like a lot of these cats that do put out like that good shit, we get like for a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Like Boogie last year put out one of the best albums last year, but like where is he now?
What about underground artists putting out shit that's way better than like fucking Napoleon the Legend gets no love?
That's always gonna be the norm to me. Like when it comes to rap music, I go towards the underground because like you never know what you're gonna find.
Yeah,
like,
there's always some new shit.
You never know.
But see, what's weird now too is like even in the underground, there is a certain tier that is like the famous underground. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. Yeah.
You know, and that kind of weeds out the real underground. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
It's like just because this artist just never went big doesn't mean like they're not a big artist. Like this dude's fucking eating, he's touring around the world, he's fucking making good money just off music. He's good. He's doing good. He's not fully the underground anymore. Like as much as he ran independent music, no one's gonna tell me that Tech Nine is underground.
Not anymore. You know, he's something different.
Yeah.
As of right now, we live in Kansas City, so you know we know that he ain't underground at all.
Yeah.
Like,
no, not in Kansas City. Not in Kansas City.
Oh yeah. He apparently
he is a god to us.
Yeah. Don't he play like in strip clubs or anything? It'd be like someone twerking a fucking worldwide choppers.
Like, Yep.
Bro. Like,
that's wild.
I saw him
I went to a KC game this year. They were playing his music there. Like, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, it's wild, and like people still will try to tell, say that he's underground. It's like no, and people try to say that. People try to say that Vinny Paz is underground. It's like no, Jedi Mind Tricks, no, like no, it's not underground. You know what I'm saying? Like so it's
not anymore.
It's a weird. It's like a weird. To me, there's like fucking mainstream and underground are like fucking Windows and Apple.
I think there's
Windows and Apple,
and then there's like independent.
Like, not even though, but see that's the thing. That's what's supposed to make it underground. There's like independent, then there's just doesn't know how to put out music correctly. That's the underground. That's the real underground.
Because the underground has a pipeline to success where you don't have to get signed.
But see, that's the thing.
Know what I mean?
A lot of people mix up that independent. If it's people think that's not labels, but no, that's usually just independent labels. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like a workaround. Like, oh yeah, I'm independent because you're signed to an independent label. Like,
close.
Yeah, it's a little bit on the like, all right, okay, that's not fully it type side. It's very, very different. But I mean, music's very different now, man. It's such a hip hop is like it's been the number one genre for such a long time, so you expect fucking those greedy hands to be all up in it. So now it's just super fucking strange. Got like the weird agenda, everything just super fucking strange. But it's good to see artists. This is where we come in. We like to review the real underground. We like to keep in touch with the people who just are making fucking music to make music. Like, yeah, everybody wants to eat and this, that, and the fifth. But, like, we like to find the artists who are just actual fucking artists, like have a foundation, our students.
Putting their heart into it, putting something meaningful into it.
Yeah, those are the people I want to throw some money at. Those are the people I want to buy their project type of shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's like a lot of these kids don't do that. A lot of these kids are just looking for a come up, and they don't know how to do. They don't even know how to do that correctly. So they're just
That's what kind of irks me. I be telling people like if you're not in it to make music, at least be good on the business side. At least,
Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot of rappers that like not really in it to rap. They just rap just to get attention and towards something they doing outside of rap. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I respect and salute it, but like at least be either or both
Yeah.
at the same time.
Yeah, it's like Jay-Z. He was never like, oh, I'm trying to rap and be the best, best rapper out here. No, I'm trying to make money. But he still kept it like some people love Jay. I'm not the biggest Jay-Z fan, but he's kept it competent. Like he can rap.
Jay-Z one of my, to be honest with you, Jay-Z one of my biggest influence.
Okay, I'm not mad at that.
Yeah. He's my favorite rapper.
I'm not a big Jay-Z fan. I'm a Nas fan, so just know that.
I'm a fan of both.
Know that about me.
Jay-Z's better.
You're fucking crazy. You are on dust.
Hey,
There we go.
Slide over there with him, like Jay my boy. I've been rocking with Jay for years. So
Jay's nice, but like the fact that he keeps up, like that he can still rap and like keep up with like younger people while not like you'll never hear him do no weird singy shit. You know what I'm saying? He stays very him while still keeping up with this young class. That I can appreciate. I respect and appreciate that.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? But a lot of artists, some people just get very strange. Some of them just sound like they might need that money, and I don't like that.
Makes sense.
It's like, oh, you're not doing that
I
well. It's crazy though, man. Like, but I mean, that's the culture we live in now. It's starting to go towards like, it's starting to favor not necessarily like what the kids want to hear, but what like they're spending money on to get in the kids' ears. It's starting to favor the whole like rock and roll type, front man type shit.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I don't know how well that's going because a lot of these rock stars are ended up getting hurt. They're getting killed and getting hurt and shit like that. So,
Yeah, like
For
Juice
sure,
and
for
Peep and all those
Pop
that you
Smoke.
yeah, if they're not
Pop
hurting
Smoke.
themselves, they're getting hurt. You know what I'm saying? And it's like,
Yeah.
and it's weird because this whole like, I'm not saying it to be offensive, nothing to offend the dead or anything like that, but this whole Die a Legend thing seems to be like a trend. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
I agree.
it's fucking crazy.
I mean, they're dying younger and younger. It seems like
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah.
insane.
It's like the new, I remember, we always knew about the shit when we hear rock and rollers. Was it the 21 Club?
23,
27.
27.
27.
It's 27.
27. There
It's
we go.
like Kendrick.
Now
Kendrick,
it's the
Why not?
fucking
Same.
21 Club because like these cats are barely even hitting that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it surprised me when I saw Pop Smoke's age. I was like, bro, he was born in '99. I was like, what? I
Yo,
was like, bro,
that's crazy.
like,
That's fucking crazy.
I was in first grade,
And he
99, like,
just like hit that point of like, you know what I'm saying? He just
he
peaked that mainstream like line.
Yeah.
Where he just crossed that, and it's like, fucking hell, bro. That's
crazy.
crazy. Yeah.
And that was a simple mistake too.
Yeah.
Just posted his address.
Oh
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
when
was
I
he-
found
was he-
out,
was he like- was he flexing on some? I don't know. He's
He
flexing
was
on.
like talking about
He had his
something
address
else,
on
and
there,
his
right?
address like showed for like a.
He
quick
accidentally
second.
geotagged himself,
Yeah,
Oh,
but it was something. No, but it
and
was
then
like
they
I think it was
ran
like-
up in his crib.
What's wrong with people?
It's crazy, bro. But yeah, but that's another. But see, that's another thing too. Like the cats that do shit like that, like the dudes who ran up on X and shit like that. That's another. That comes with it. Like that comes with the internet clout. That's the dark side of the clout.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
There's always going to be people that hate you.
Yeah.
There's always going to be people that hate you.
Well,
Yeah.
you're always a come up too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's crazy.
That's why I don't understand. Like, I come from a flash neighborhood. Everybody want to ride around the cleanest cars, flash all the money
Yeah.
they got. You know what I'm saying? I was never like that, bro, because I've been robbed too many times for that. Like, I ain't gonna,
I'm not finna tell nobody how much I got.
Yeah, like, bro, you.
Don't worry
all the money
about
I
it.
got gonna be in my bank account. I ain't
Yeah, don't worry about it.
nothing, bro.
Facts. I drive a
Like,
Subaru.
nah, bro.
Fact, I drive a Corolla, dog.
Fact. I drive a fucking
Ultimate,
Subaru.
bro.
The only thing pimped out in my
dude.
car is the baby seat, bro. I ain't fucking around like that.
I got the nicest baby stroller.
Facts, bro.
That's just wild. But yeah, man, it's crazy, man.
Super
These cats
wild.
put targets on their backs, and it's just like, how do you even play shows? Like, dudes shooting up clubs and all sorts of shit. Like, what do you do?
Oh, bro, like it's crazy, man.
It's wild.
I don't understand it.
Yeah, man. Whatever happened just to come out and rap and have a good time, man. And it's
Yeah.
weird. Like, but the good thing is that separate, like that mainstream is very separate from from the shit that like you do, the shit that like I do, and stuff like that. But the thing that sucks is that to people who don't follow rap in a full extent like that, like if that's all they see is like hip hop, what parent's gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna let my kid go to a hip hop show?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If people is shooting and shit like that. I mean, back in the day, they always heard of like, oh, you know, hip hop was tough. And now it's like, no, this is the rock and roll side of hip hop. It's wild over here. You know what I'm saying? But like now it's just like no one goes out to even shows like that anymore. I mean, just in my area, I should say. You know what I'm saying? Like in New York, it's not the same. You know, New York's not the same as it used to be. Long Island's not the same. Like people go out to the weirdest type of fucking shows. It's like, you know, it's where to be because it's cool. Like, oh, everybody knows this person. They're famous online. Let's go to their show. Not let's go enjoy some music or shit like that. You know what I'm saying? It's weird.
Yeah.
But how's the scene out there, man? Talk to us about it. How's Kappa Carter's scene? No. How's the scene? how's y'all scene
out in Montgomery, Alabama?
Yeah, how's the scene out there?
I can tell you Montgomery, Alabama, and my experience from Kansas City because I live in
Kansas
go
now. Chiefs.
So Montgomery was like at one point was just everybody want to be the biggest trap rapper or the biggest. I don't know. It's crazy.
Just the biggest.
Like
just the biggest.
When I first started rapping, everybody was like, "I sell dope. I do this. And like, you know. But now it's kind of like forming into a melting pot. Like it's starting to branch out. Like more people are starting to be diverse. It's like you're not hearing a lot of just one sound now. You know, people are trying to like think out of the box per se, but like it's still slowly getting to that. It still haven't formed to that melting pot yet. So that's pretty much how Montgomery, Alabama is. KC, on the other hand, it's like it's from the people out here. They either real hard or they're real poetic or they try to sound like Tech Nine.
I was gonna say.
I was about to say it's like Midwest Chopper out here. That's all it is. Midwest Chopper.
Yeah. Dude, I can imagine how being out there is.
That's real poetic, and you got some people that's real hard, and then you got some people that just want to rap real fast, like
strangle the beat.
And honestly, like there's a lot of people in Kansas City that I know that are on that West Coast vibe. Like they really like that Snoop type vibe, and it's surprisingly a lot. Like for Kansas City, it's either like a Tech Nine or it's like straight West Coasters. I'm like, all right, it's like
you gotta send me some of those. I love that West Coast funk type shit. That shit is smooth to me. That shit is smooth to me. I love that shit. Always was a fan. That's crazy though. I can imagine, bro, being in an area like where, because I'm from New York, man. I remember when I was young and I was like, oh man, Wu-Tang and all these people came out and did that. So there was so much diversity that like you only sounded like where you were from, and like the boroughs would just be a war, So it wasn't like we had that one artist that like all of New York represented, so everyone wanted to sound like him. So I'm glad we didn't have that era, you know what I'm saying?
Y'all had so many rappers, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, and so many like my favorite rappers to listen to come from New York. So
same.
New York's wild, man. Some of my New York's wild, man. I like certain rappers just based off like usually like if someone comes to me and they're like, oh man, I know a rapper from Harlem. I'm like, I'm probably gonna like them because I fuck with Harlem. Like Harlem rappers never let me down, and I'm like, all right, let's do it. But but I get that too. But y'all, hey man, the South got some peoples, man. Y'all got some peoples out there. Some artists
for sure.
that I heavily fuck with.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You got you got fucking what's his name? Finally says he's gonna put out his album, but he's splitting it with Jay
Electronica.
Jay Electronica.
Yeah, his album that we've been waiting for 2 billion years is supposed to be like a split between him and Jay-Z. It's supposed to be like Watch the Throne.
Really?
That's what he said. So hopefully that's what he has to do because no one's waiting for his project anymore. So he has no choice. He has to do something.
Whatever that original project is, we'll never hear it.
Yeah, we're never gonna hear it. It's gone.
I don't even think. Oh, bro, he probably been through so many projects. Like I've been waiting for him to do the drought so long.
I know, man. He was on the route to being one of the best without putting out anything. Why would you ruin that? I was so high. I used to, man, my old like maybe 4 sets ago, I used to close out to the fucking Exhibit C beat, and I would just rap over it. I was like, yo, he was the fucking truth.
I heard that song so many times. That was the first song I heard from him, bro. And
Exhibit C it's still cold. It's still cold till this day. It's crazy, man.
One song I love from him is that Ghost of Christopher Wallace.
He was the truth, and it was like, oh, and when people tell you like, oh, he's not from the South, people be like, what? I'm like,
yeah, he's from Magnolia Project to be exact.
There you go.
New Orleans.
You got him, fucking Sci-Hi, one of my favorites. Period.
I love Sci-Hi.
He said some shit. He was on someone's album recently, and he said some shit that like broke my heart. He said some shit like, yeah, I've been one of the coldest for years. And he's just like, and I still don't got like a big house. And I still like, he was just cooking and he was talking some real shit. And I was hurt. I was like, yo, that's crazy, bro. Cause he's been one of the nicest since he came out.
He's been grinding, trying to get out the level he in. Yeah. I mean, it's a lot of people that like him, but some people just don't really vibe with him that much.
They don't get it.
They can't wrap their heads around it.
They don't get it.
Yeah, especially from him, like, him being from Atlanta, it's like, it's weird.
He's cold. You know what I think it is too? Because like, as much as people don't like to admit it too much, it really doesn't benefit most rappers on good music either. Like, good music wasn't really the best thing to be under. Like, good music did him dirty. They did Consequence dirty. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like if you're not Pusha T, you know, or Chance even, like, you weren't getting the love that you deserved. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's one reason why Cudi left. So.
Yeah, that's what Sci-Hi should have did. It. He should have just dipped and just started doing his own, like on some common shit. Yeah. He should have just dipped.
When he was hot at the time, yeah, I feel like that's what Cudi did. Cudi left when he was hot. He was like, I'm hot. Like,
smart.
I got my own.
Very smart. That's before Kanye lost his goddamn mind. Before he went full fucking crazy.
Really?
Before he went full cult leader.
Yo, that dude, that church come up is real. Church come up is
I was
real.
surprised y'all like that album though, bro.
I didn't hate it.
I did not.
I didn't hate it.
I did not like that.
Who reviewed it?
I did. I didn't hate it.
Oh, okay.
It had I didn't love it, but it had some stuff. I was like, this is kind of a banger. Like, Kanye can still make music. It's there. Yeah. It's there. It's just not the best shit ever.
The beats were there for me.
Yeah. What he says, I don't care what he says, because he lost his writing ability. He's crazy. You got to just understand. He's going to talk weird. Yeah, he's going to talk crazy shit, and I love that wild shit. Like, when Pablo came out, everything on there, I was like, I'm a fan of this, because he's lost it. But this album, I was like, this is him saying crazy shit and then praising the Lord. I loved it. I was like, this is crazy. Like, this is batshit crazy. I'm here for this.
The new norm, bro. You gotta get used to it.
That,
and the beats were fire, man. The beats were
the beats were good. I can't lie. The beats were good. I'm big on substance, bro. So it's like,
there's no substance,
and I don't hear nothing. I'm like, all right.
There's zero substance on that project, bro. Like, no substance.
I went because I was kind of excited for this because I didn't know how it was gonna sound. Because like when I just got done listening to Kids See Ghosts.
Yeah.
So I listened to Kids See Ghosts. You like that one?
Nah, I didn't rock. There was some songs on there I liked, but I didn't fully vibe.
Kids See Ghosts was dope because
Cudi was dope. Cudi was dope.
It was all right.
Well, yeah, Cudi was dope.
Yeah.
So, it wasn't getting a check from me.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel that.
Yeah.
But like I was just like kind of riding off that, and so I was like, all right, so let me see what he gonna do with this one. So I was like, nah.
See, I went into it like, oh, this is gonna be terrible, and
Push's
I was like, I didn't hate
my
it.
favorite albums of the year.
Push's was nice. Push's album was nice.
Was one of my favorites of the year.
Pusher album was
Push's was nice. He just recently got nice. I know people love Pusha T, but this album and the one before I think this album and the one before are the only good bodies.
My Name Is My Name, right?
Yeah, and that's it. I don't think
that
was
anything. That's gas. That shit's gas.
By himself, I should say he just started getting nice.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, Clips was fire.
I was like, he was with the Clips, bro.
Clips was fire.
Clips, bro.
Yeah, Clips was fire. But but like by himself, My Name Is My Name, and the last project, and that was it for me. Everything else, I was like, nah, it's not hitting.
I totally agree.
I've always liked his features and
totally agree.
Yeah, his features have always been cold.
Oh, super cold.
Yeah. But that's fine. But like when you have to listen to someone that's just not used to carrying it on their own for a bit, you can hear like But
He's struggling a little.
Now I think he can put out a full album and it'll be solid. So I'm not, I'm gonna look out for that.
Okay.
But I mean, hey, everybody can get better. You know what I'm saying? You know who I'm actually looking to hear, and I know a lot of people hate on him, but I know he's gonna put out some heat this year. I think Big Sean's gonna give us a banger this year.
Yo, I fuck with
He's
Big
due.
He's very due.
I think Big Sean could be like top 10 lyricist, but he always raps on some bubblegum shit.
I kind of like the bubblegum shit.
100% agree.
I'm glad you said that, bro. Because that's exactly why I start listening to him.
He does a lot of bubblegum shit.
He's nice as fuck, but he raps about is
bubblegum shit. But you know what? I'm not mad at him, man. He's playing the game. He's like, he'll give you a few, and then he'll do some stuff for the ladies. I'm not mad.
I agree. He's gonna put something out that's gonna blow.
But he is one of the few people that when Eminem came back hot, when Eminem came on that comeback shit, that stood toe to toe with M on his album.
Boxed with him.
Oh, I Decided album.
He boxed with M on that album, bro.
Yeah, I Decided was nice.
Yeah, and I was like, and that was something I did not see coming. I was like, what?
My brother sent me that song.
Yeah. Fire.
He was like, yo.
Big Sean came. He came to play. Like, if Big Sean's in a bag, bro, he can come out. He could bang with the best of them. Took me a minute to get into him. When the Detroit mixtape came out, I was like, oh, I'm a fan now. And then I went through the rest of his discography, and I was like, all right, I get it now. Took me a bit.
I ain't gonna lie, dude. Like, I kind of been a fan of Big Sean since Finally Famous 2.
Me too.
Finally Famous 2, when I heard, I think, what song was it? He did a video too. I can't remember the name of it right now, but it's been a while since I listened to it. But like Final Famous 2, I heard that, and then Final Famous 3 dropped. That final hour really that final hour song really made me a fan for real.
Yeah. I got into after Detroit. I went through it and I was like, oh, because like I only knew like the singles he had out and all radio. Them radio songs just don't be catching me. It got to be those annoying radio tracks. But once I finally when I heard that Detroit from the back, I was like, oh, I did not know this dude could rap like this. Mm-hmm. Then I went to Finally Famous 1 and I was like, okay. Then 2 and I was like, oh. Then
he has the ability to spaz, bro. He just doesn't do it.
Yeah. It's a lot of artists that do that, man. That just let me.
I hate that shit when they hold themselves back.
Just rap.
Fucking do it.
Just give us one song per release where you lose your mind.
Yeah, you just rip somebody's face. On the track.
It. And if you can't put it on the album, go on Sway, go on Flex. Let them know you. Let them know you got these raps. I'm not mad at that at all. But other than that, man, we don't like to keep you guys too long. We usually keep it at about like the hour or so time limit. But man, like closing questions. I like to ask this question all the time. What do you guys think of the page? I'm gonna let you rock first since you are the star. Then we're gonna let producer rock with it with all the hats. But what do you think of the page?
Of y'all page?
Yeah. What do you think?
What do you think? To be honest with you, bro, every time y'all drop a review, I check it out. Like I make sure, because the funny thing about it, only reason I heard about y'all was because of Kato. And, I think y'all had his herbivore project. And I was like, dang, I said, dang, bro, they ain't like it, bro. He was like, nah, they ain't like it. I said, all right. I said, let me submit something, maybe they like mine. You know what I'm saying? So
did you flex on him afterwards?
Y'all gave me the feedback on CDXX, and I was like, oh, okay, all right. So
did you flex on Kato afterwards?
They know the real.
Did you show him it? You send it to his DMs after you tell him?
Hey, look, I got to check.
Yeah, I was kind of teasing him. I was like, yeah. I said, yeah, they kind of fuck with my shit, bro. Like, I don't know.
Fuck.
But I love the page, man. I'm every time y'all drop a review, I watch it. I subscribe to y'all YouTube channel.
Hey, nice.
Because that's really I would follow you on Spotify and SoundCloud.
We stopped doing the Spotify thing, and the podcast's still up, but we stopped doing the playlists and shit like that.
Okay. Yeah. But I'm usually on YouTube, so that's why I just use YouTube to watch you guys.
Oh, so you're familiar with our faces, then?
You knew what you were gonna do for the most part. Okay,
for the most part, yeah.
All right, salute to that, man. We appreciate it, man. But you, sir,
No
how about
problem.
you? What you think of the page, man?
I'll agree with Jarl. He put me on whenever he sent in J-Way, and I was like, I obviously checked it out, and I was super excited that we got that review. You know, great review. I was happy, and so and it's great what you guys are doing. So I can look at other artists, you know, that I can see
There you
that
go.
you guys might enjoy and then you recommend that I can check them out, and it gets them some views and helps everybody out. So
yeah, that's what we.
I love.
That's what we trying to do.
That's what we trying to do. We trying to get like a nice little cross promo thing. It's like for people. That's why like with anyone, like if we've reviewed you, you're welcome to come chop it up with us. Like even you know what I'm saying. Like we let people know they could come join us. Like we let people know to just hit us up. Like if anyone has anything, like I even offer to you here. But like if you have clips and stuff, we post a lot of bullshit in our stories, but we like to post content too. Sometimes we'll do it with like a rating system because that's kind of our flavor, and we let the fans do their thing. We had a dude, what's his name, Coach? I forgot his name, but we just posted like he was like, yo, I got this dope clip, and and I was like, all right, solid. We posted in the story, and I was like, hey, thumbs up or thumbs down. He got a bunch of thumbs downs. But that's still part of it. You know what I'm saying? That's part of the. It's part of the experience.
We didn't do it. It wasn't us.
We didn't do it. It's part of the experience. You know what I'm saying? It's like a learning experience, and it's where anybody could be like how it is. Like I dropped something on Friday, and I like to let people that we reviewed review my stuff when it comes out, so there's no bias. And the dude kind of cooked me a little bit. Like, even though I got the green check, he still kind of cooked me. And I was like, this motherfucker. But, like, hey, it keeps it fair. You know what I'm saying? Like,
It's safe.
Yeah, because I got, my last project that I dropped, I got a red stamp. It's my platform. I built the shit. I got a red stamp. I was mad as fuck. But I was like, hey, man, that's the beauty of it, though. Like, that's the fun side of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it keeps it real, keeps you hungry, makes you want to do better.
Bro. That's why I fuck with y'all, bro.
Yeah, man. That's why we fuck with you. If you people that get it, we help out. You know what I'm saying? Whether we like people or not. If you cry about it and you want to come rah rah rah, we gonna stand toe to toe with you in the comments. But like, if you want to be really upset about it and block us and shit like that, you're missing out. You know what I'm saying? Because we still try to help people get their spins. Like we give you those healthy.
You gotta take the criticism.
Yeah,
you gotta take it and use it. You gotta use it.
We probably think that our red stamps get more listens than our green checks.
Absolutely.
Yo, okay, I'm not gonna lie. I saw a couple red stamps that I had to check it out, and I was like, damn, they right.
Yeah, more people think that.
But
that's how it be.
I was about to listen to D Smoke, and right before I listened to it, y'all approved it. I said, all right, let me go ahead.
Yo, that shit's fire. And that shit is fire. Yeah, that shit's fire. Yeah, man. Hey, man, that's how it works, man. We're just trying to play our part in the underground because we feel like all that yes man and that weird pay for everything mainstream shit is kind of killing the culture. So it's like, yo, if we could play a small little part, why not? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But, yo, again, man, we appreciate it, man. If you guys want to do your drops, give us your tags, all the shit you got, you want people to check out, this is your window. So let's start with my man producer first.
All right.
Let's go, Jay.
All right. Mostly I use my Instagram, so it's like he pulled up earlier, J-Way Production on Instagram. Like I said, I've been posting a lot more lately, just trying to start networking, start marketing, starting to really push it now. So that's what I mainly use is my Instagram, J-Way Production.
All right, well, on mine is Snapchat, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Jarl DJ Spar. That's JARL, DJs DEEJUSFAR.
So it's complicated shit ever.
Right.
Jarl DJ Spar.
Repeat.
You can always I'm pretty much every time you can just type in Jarl. I'm always the first person that pops up because nobody
else got that name.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at it. But yo, man, we truly appreciate you guys coming to chop it up with us, man.
We appreciate y'all for having us, man.
Hey,
no problem, bro.
I gotta make my way back out of town. Just be sure you answer when I'm back around.
never veiled and slipped on an interlude. On point, dressed to impress like interviews. Actually, I lied, there's still hoodies with the hood tied up, Chuck Taylors while sipping bros. Looking back, I should be popping by now. Since 07, spit more scriptures than most reverends. Navigating hell on earth with no heaven. Calmly sledding through Satan's fire. Your threats only make me tired. The day I call it quits, they'll say a great retire. Until then, it's all or nothing. Pressure bust pipes and niggas get to busting. Fights during late nights on them local buses. Had dreams of Shanghai retreats with my rich niggas. So I dare not compete with some bitch niggas. Gotta get that pay up. Hear them talking about me, I don't say much. Bet you if you ask them the real issue, they won't say what. I've been dealing with these issues for years. It seems like my success is just mirrors they fears. Maybe they just jealous, but that shit just is weird. Cause I just ride my own lane, easy shifting the gears. Hit the highway, live life, flyway. Been 10 years since I swooped down south. Who would've knew that a crew full of dudes would've moved how we moved when we hit that route? Would've thought that we did it before. Fukuray copped the mic, ashes littered the floor. We was up all night trying to get verses right when they cut off the lights, extension cords in the door. Had the vision, but the digits was blurred. Cash was low, only thing I had was flow. Love Mrs. Bullshit and bitches had to go. She was stressing out a blessing like she had to know. Patterns gone, mapped out the path alone. Been calling on my ancestors before I had a phone. At the homie's crib, couches that I'm crashing on. The out of state backpack